just want to introduce our very first speaker, Dave from In the Bag Cleaner. He's an entrepreneur here in Wichita. Gosh, this thing's loud in my face. And he's going to go ahead and talk, and then we're going to have a question and answer. That's one of the most fun and enjoyable parts of this. And so save your questions for that. But let's go ahead and bring up Dave.
All right, good morning. How is everyone? Everyone got their coffee? All right, well, I'll try my best to keep everyone awake too. I've got a lot to cover. I know I only have 6 minutes, so I'm going to try to get it all in there. My name is Dave Coyle. I am the owner and team leader of In the Bag Cleaners. Want to jump right in. I came to Wichita almost 20 years ago to run the Best Cleaner stores. There were 13 of them at the time. And after 3 years, I was ready. I was making $55,000, working 80 hours a week, and I was ready to give it a go myself. So with a small business loan and an empty checking account, actually I had an eviction notice on my door at my rental duplex for over 3 months. I kind of got the fire going and bought an old Lee's Cleaners store up at 32nd and Rock, which is still there today. And it probably, out of the 75 retail stores in the Wichita and surrounding areas, was one of the worst locations. So the good news is I got a good deal on it. Bad news is I had a lot of work to do. So, and I'm not going to spend too much time on our history, just a real quick overview. In year 2000, we had less than 1% market share. I took over the business, and we had less than 75 clients. I fired everyone within 2 weeks. We had terrible attitudes, not client-focused at all, and immediately started pickup and delivery, and was fortunate enough to also get a store inside Koch Industries. Now we have 3 stores inside Koch Industries, and it's been a wonderful relationship for us. So we added about 1 store a year, and if I fast forward 16 years, these 2 warehouses combine into 20,000 square feet, and is a truly state-of-the-art central production workshop. We have 83 team members with almost 500 years of combined industry experience, 90% or more of which is with my team. After acquiring all of the Best Cleaners stores I used to run, as well as Royal Cleaners, Freedom Cleaners, and some of the College Hill Cleaners stores, we topped out at 23 locations. Okay, here's our market share today. We have just at 70% market share, and 16 years later, we have 23,000 clients that use our stores or delivery at least every other week. 16 retail stores, 3 stores inside Koch Industries, over 3,000 pickup and delivery clients, and we are the highest volume dry cleaning and laundry facility that I know of in the Midwest. One truth, without a doubt, that I've learned is that if you don't know it, learn it. Don't be filled with too much pride that you aren't willing to learn new things. It's okay to ask for help. Get a coach, get a mentor. Those things can be one of the best relationships of your life, and learn something new every day. I personally go to Toronto, Canada 4 times per year every quarter to be coached by Dan Sullivan, the founder of Strategic Coach. And I want to share some of the things that I've learned. So enough about the history. Let me throw out a few things that we're going to work on here this morning. First thing is unique ability. In my opinion, probably the 2 most important words for an entrepreneur. Everyone in this room, regardless of your age, regardless of your sex, regardless of the color of your skin, has a unique ability. Every single one of you. Don't know what yours is? Let's go through this real quick. Here goes. Unique ability is the essence of what you love to do in all areas of your life. You love it. Not just in business and personal. It can be applied to many different situations, activities, and opportunities. and it's factory installed. So maybe you didn't have it at birth, but it was developed very early. It may not seem that exciting or special because it comes so naturally to you. Others may recognize it before you see it in yourself, and it evolves throughout your life and keeps getting better and better and better. Since you might not see your own unique ability very clearly, send an email to 10 people whose opinion you really respect and just ask them, what do you see as my unique ability? And they'll tell you. And since you respect their opinion, put that together and see how it gels into what you think. Still don't know what your passion is? I do a quick test quarterly on what I call the ABCs. And we've got 3 columns here, and I write my daily activities into it. Things that I find irritating, things that I find okay, and things that I find fascinating. Just take the daily inventory. The idea is if it's in column A, for me, things like payroll, balancing the checkbook, delegate it. And in addition to that, delegate most of B. I can tell you that most entrepreneurs live in A, and they get bogged down in the stuff that's irritating to them. Okay, so get over to the right column, and if you don't love doing it, get rid of it. My unique ability, marketing, but my definition of marketing might surprise you. So let's talk about one other thing before I talk real quick about marketing. This is one of my favorite quotes. You will never change your life until you change something you do daily. The secret of your success is found in your daily routine. Habits are very, very powerful. Let me prove it to you. Well, I'll tell you what, we're tight on time, so I'm going to skip this. But I can tell you one thing. Habits can be reversed. Bad habits can be replaced with good habits, whether it's exercise, whether it's what you consume, eating, drinking, what you do with your time. Real quick, and I can give this to anyone, my daily guide is very simple. I put up here, and I don't know how many of you can see this, but I have 3 wants. I think it's okay to put down what you want in your life. If it's a H1 Hummer, great, put it on there. You're going to go work for it. If it's to spend more time and have freedom with your family, do it. That's great. Put it on your want list. The other thing is put one thing on your must-do today list. This is your priority. This is what your unique ability is. And then, of course, schedule and some of the other tracking deals. I'm going to, give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I want to do one quick thing on marketing here real quick, because my definition of marketing, my unique ability is totally different than most people.
Here, I'm going to stop you for a second.
Okay.
I'm going to let somebody set you up. How's that?
Great.
All right, thanks a bunch. He's going. I'm going to let him keep going.
Sorry, guys.
So this is going to be our question and answer. Jake's going to walk around with a mic, so if you have a question if somebody could ask the question, can you talk about your marketing? That'd be a great first question.
Great.
Dave, could you tell me a little bit about your marketing?
Well, Brad, it's funny you asked that. Marketing for me is the focus on clients' wants, needs, and fears. Okay, note that there is nothing about me in this sentence. There is nothing about my team of 83 people in this sentence. Marketing is all about contribution, in my opinion. What do you have to give? What can you do to provide value? Provide a solution to a problem that the marketplace loves, not necessarily what you love. So focus groups, very important, especially when you're doing a new service or new offering. See what people think, see what people love. Could someone ask me about earnings? Sorry? Okay. Sorry, and this is my second to last page. So earnings and sales for me are not about, of course they're about the P&L. They're managing certain line items, they're growing sales, they're all those things that are important. But for me, earnings and sales are defined by how well we serve our audience. You have to know your audience, and then you have to serve your audience. Don't serve yourself. All of that takes care of itself in time. It's the idea that the more you give, the more you receive. And the better part is that the more you unconditionally give, the more you'll receive. So as a very last example, this is on the front glass of every single one of my stores. If you are unemployed and need an outfit cleaned for an interview, we'll clean it for free. This got 30,000 likes on LinkedIn, or whatever LinkedIn calls their likes, in less than a week. So, but we didn't do this as a marketing stunt. We did this because it was the right thing to do. We did this because we want to give, we want to provide value, we want to provide solutions, and we want to do it for the right reason. All right, so that's it.
You guys do clean the supercar guy's suit, and you do a great job, so thank you. But I was wondering, is it just coincidence? I seem to receive a direct mail piece always right after I come in for a cleaning. Is that just a coincidence, or is that a specific, like a strategic timing thing?
Well, we put a number of things in place. We have scaled back on direct mail. We spent probably $200,000 last year on postage alone for direct mail. And in the digital world, one of the great things that's changing is that we can communicate with people much faster and much easier. I think the problem is all of that has evolved a little bit. You know, it used to be that people have the direct mail and they have a stack of 30 things and they do it over the trash can, right? I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. And I think now people are doing that with emails. When I get 30 new emails, I go through first and I delete however many, and I unsubscribe to some. So it's kind of staying on the edge. We do definitely do direct mail. No, nothing connected to visits. What is connected to visits is our new texting program, which is done through rewards, which frankly now is the kind of, I think, the most advanced way to communicate offers. But it's very tricky because you don't want to annoy people. You know, if someone's in a meeting, they'll sometimes check their text, but they'll never check their email. They won't check their mail. And we've also found that we're now segregating some of our marketing based on age and demographics. So someone who is up to, let's say, 28 years old, you got to text them if you want to talk to them. 28 to late 30s, go ahead and send them an email. 40 plus, send them something in the mail. So, you know, we kind of can get the right message to the right person.
Dave, how do you stay inspired to continue and innovate your business when you have self-doubts or life is stressful?
Well, I think confidence is a big deal for every single person in this room. And we have been taught from a very young age that you have to have confidence before you take a chance, okay? So, you know, when you go off to college, you have certain things that you kind of have tools in your tool belt. And the whole idea is that you have to have all those tools before you go out and use them. And I think entrepreneurs are so different because you don't follow that model. You can try things realizing that, hey, you know what? 4 out of 5 businesses fail. And the true entrepreneur says, hey, I want to do 1, 2, 3, and 4 so I can get to 5. Now, I was lucky that we had success, you know, with the first one out of the gates. But I got into the restoration business, did that for 3 years, hated it, so we shut it down. And now we're getting into a janitorial and floor services business with entry mats and mops and shop towels as a division of our business, and we're going to give that a go, and I think it's going to fit well.
From a marketing position, what's your logic in your pricing of here's the price, everything's 30% off, or whatever it is? What was your logic that allowed you to capture that amount of market share?
Well, I think for me, for some reason, whatever it is, 30% off for our business is the magic number. 30% will drive more clients than 40%. So I don't know what the tipping point is. In our case, I think that there comes to be a point where someone says, hey, you know what, there's a catch. So for us, 30% makes it a great deal for people. More than 30%, or if you give 10%, people are like, it's not that, you know, I'm not going to move for that. So, and as far as a pricing strategy goes, you know, I believe in being in the 70, 80 percentile, but then delivering and providing value for that price. I'm not one to believe that the lowest price is the best. We've had a lot of competitors in this town and who have done that model, and they're all out of business. So,
my question is about your employees. Just over the years, you have some of the best, most customer service focused employees I think I've ever encountered. So either you have happy pills under the counter, or how do you hire and train these people? They're outstanding.
Well, a friend of mine told me once, when you hire, he said, what did he tell me? He said, during training, teach your people how to smile. And I said, you know what? That's ridiculous. Isn't it easier just to hire smiling people? So I think the idea is, look, every day is not perfect for every single person, but a lot of times work can be a nice reprieve from the other daily stresses in life. And we specifically tried to create our stores where they're air conditioned. We give out cookies for free. We give free bottled waters. We do all these things, and then we kind of keep the production, the hot, steamy chemicals and all that stuff. We keep all of that at a warehouse that's separate from the client experience.
To jump on her comments, do you have an incentive bonus program for your employees' performance as well as customer service reaction or feedback? And it's tied to your business plan or your profit objectives and things of this sort to keep your customers as well as your employees happy?
We do. Almost every single one of our positions are incentive-based. So let me just give you an idea. The morning managers at all of our retail stores make $9 an hour, and then they get 3% of everything that walks in their door. So we have some managers who are making as much as someone working aircraft, and they're working the dry cleaning counter. But there's an incentive that $10 coupon that's on the back of their business card when they're standing in line at Dillon's, there's an incentive to hand it to the nice dressed lady behind her in line and to go shopping at the store near the store that she manages. There's all those incentives to be part of the business and part of that ownership model.
Hey, Dave. Wayne Bell with the SBA. Could you talk a little bit about how you navigated access to capital? You indicated that you were having maybe a hard time when you got started. I'd like to hear more about how you were able to land that first loan and move forward.
Well, I'll tell you, the first thing was a really big jump. And now that I've learned more, I think that most businesses and startups have trouble because they're undercapitalized. They don't have money to do things like marketing and invest in quality people. So the first loan, I'll tell you, but my father for 25 years was the general counsel for TRW, a Fortune 500 company. And he probably could have loaned me more money than he gave me, but I first went to family and got about $30,000 together, and really put about the same amount of my own money into it. And I had him paid off in a year, and I haven't borrowed from him since. So I just didn't mostly want that to be a part of the relationship, I guess. But we really have, I really feel like if someone's got the passion and the right idea, the money's there. And I think that's especially true in Wichita, Kansas. It's the strategizing, it's the networking, it's the mentoring, and in addition, the SBA is in addition to private funding that's available too. I think there's tons of opportunities to get the money and get it at a good price, good interest rate, if the idea, and passion is there.
So Dave, over here. My name's Craig. Just personal testimony to your customer focus. Now, live out west, been using the store at 119th and Maple for a couple of years, but last summer I had the opportunity to experience employment search again, which I hadn't done in 18 years. Took a couple suits into that store, and the gal there who I adore and make sure I see her every day, caught just a little comment I made about going in for an interview, and she said, hey, she brought that up and she offered it. And that was, to this day, I just still think that's just one of the coolest things that's ever happened in my life. So for your customer focus and for your store managers, you got me as a customer.
Appreciate it. And congratulations. So no, that's very nice of you to say. It kind of made the hair on the back of my neck stand up, and that's the reason why we do it, for no other reason.
Thank you.
Yep, you bet.
Appreciate it.
Sure.
We do have one last question, kind of the most important question. As a community, what can we do to help you?
My answer to that, and I thought about that last night, might surprise you. It's not to use our services. It's not to try our new laundry service. It's not, pitches I could give you. What I really want, I think more than anything else, is when you go out and want more for yourself, and most of us are here because we want more. We want more freedom. We want more purpose. We want more to our life. Do it in a way where it's not self-centered, and do it in a way where it's all about your contribution. It's all about what you give. It's all about what you can provide. It's very easy in this day and age, and I see this a lot with younger people, to blame things on other people. And you know what? If you're me-focused, that's the game you'll play for the rest of your life. If you're focused in providing value to other people, then everything will come back around 100-fold. So one thing I'd ask is be a giver, not a taker. It took me a long time to evolve into that. And for those of you just starting out, that's probably what I'd ask more than anything else.
Thanks, Dave.